Alright, what up? What's good? Um, Hopefully we get some people in this stream soon, and then we can get it popping right away and start talking about some shit. No? Smile Films, first one to be in the stream, always, every single time. I've never not seen this person the past, 3 weeks. When I do a midday stream, Smile Films is in here consistent. This is probably my number one viewer. It used to be some other people, but now they don't hop in my stream. Smile Films is literally the most consistent one. It's crazy. Crazy. What up, Shay P? Or Shay, what up? What's good? Dude, you were just in the TikTok stream. That's funny. See, this is what I need. And I know it's easier because, you're on my, you actually get updates on my shit. But I need, people that watch my TikTok stream, and then I see them in my TikTok stream, and then they go to the YouTube stream. Because that's how we fucking stay connected. Because what I'm starting to realize is when I spread out my time on these streams, I'm getting less overall time, to connect, for long-term, retainment. Retaining the interest of my viewers, But thank you all for the likes, because the more likes we get on here, the quicker this shit's gonna grow, the quicker people are just gonna hop in, the quicker that's just gonna hit the algorithm quicker, because the algorithm's just like, fuck, well, okay, this person's getting likes, clearly doing something, right? That's just how the algorithm thinks. It's fucking stupid, okay? It doesn't actually have a mind of its own. Now, my mind says, do I get some sun right now? I low-key could get some sun right now, but also, nah. Is it the move? Is it not the move? Where's that one dude on my TikTok that constantly comments how I'm always inside? Will he be, if he were to be here right now, he'd have a fucking field day, And one time I saw him join my stream when I was outside, and they left. He didn't like it. He didn't go like, oh, you're outside now. He's like, ah, fuck, I can't call this guy out now. Hamoom Hasid. Yo, what's up? What's good? Welcome. Weekend drop. Yo, what's up? Are you talking about... Oh, are you asking what am I talking about? I'm talking about nothing right now. I got nothing to say. I got nothing to say. The only thing I got to say is we're out here. We're trying to win. We have more people watching. The more likes we get, the more it's going to hit the algorithm. And YouTube, we're low-key just trying to get back on track, because let's all not remember that over the course of 2 months, I basically gained 3,000 subscribers from YouTube streaming. So that did happen. So we do have it in us, but we need what we need is momentum. We need speed. We need community, and we need a connection. So we need people constantly talking in the stream, making comments. Like I said, bullshit comments, controversial statements. I'm here for all of it at this point. But just, unfortunately, the people that feel the want to comment always comment the most brain rot shit, which, I mean, it is what it is. What up, Lawlet? See, that's a name I haven't seen in a little bit, but I remember you. I remember Lawlet. I do. But I feel like at this point, YouTube, I feel like I've been streaming a long time on YouTube, where I should have some, OGs by now. But the truth is, unless you're consistent on YouTube, people just come and go. I mean, the truth is, everybody that watches streamers is watching multiple streamers. You're not the only one. You know what I mean? So when you're not streaming, they'll just go to someone else, and then they'll just get more connected to that person. And then it'll take only more time for you, because that person stayed consistent. Picture the person that streams every single day for a year, opposed to the person that streams every other week, you know what I mean? Even if that other week, he streams consistently, maybe he hits it hard, because he has those periods of times where he doesn't, he loses that ability to really retain his audience. When that guy that streams every single day for a year, he really gave himself full ability to retain interest with the audience because he was streaming every single day. He did not there was not a single day they didn't go without streaming. So that's just how I think. That's how you gotta kind of do it. You just gotta continue to stream. And I can't believe I low key don't understand why I didn't stream like sooner. Like it was very not smart of me because if I would have started streaming like a year ago, I mean the amount of progress I'd be at would be fucking insane. I mean I only started streaming technically 4 months ago when we really think about it. I started streaming 4 months ago, and we've already gotten like 3,000 subscribers from it. We've already gotten a lot from TikTok too. So it's just like the ROI is undeniable. But like I said, the more likes we get on it, the more it just hits the algorithm. That's why we have like 34 people in here, which I know is not going to stick like that. The reality is that's why there's more people hidden because people are just like, okay, well, if one guy's fucking liking it, then everyone must be fucking liking it. You know what I mean? Like it's a compounding effect. It's I don't know if it's a halo. I don't know what the fuck you call it, but it's just this idea that okay, well, I mean, if all these people are liking this, if all these people are watching it, then clearly that means that it's interesting, you know. And then when you have more people interact and all that shit, then it really makes a difference. But we're going to do this poll real quick. I'm just going to throw in my Instagram in the stream. And y'all can give that a follow if you want. But yeah. There you go. Nice work on 3.1K subs. Hell yeah. Thank you, man. Hey, dude, but now we're on road to 4K, man. Like, now it's kind of like, we've been at 3K for a long enough time where I'm ready to kind of grow some more subs and be like, all right, like, it's time to get, like, good. It's time to get, like, on some good wavelengths of actual, like, YouTube shit. Like, not just the bullshit of just, like, oh, like, a couple subs every now and then. Like, no. Like, I want to get, like, 100, 200 subs a day. Like, we were doing that. There was a point where we got, like, 200 subscribers in one single stream. That was the reality. That was our reality for a little bit. So the truth is, like, if we continue to do that, it's undeniable. We can't lose. Literally cannot lose. Oh fuck, dude, I'm starting to get warm. That same feeling I was getting yesterday. Advice on sleeping earlier. I've been struggling with it the past few months. Advice I have for you for sleeping earlier is to cut out the screens. Cut out the phone, cut out the TV, cut out any bullshit light that's not just no noise and complete darkness and silence. And you need to do that like an hour before you go to sleep, okay? Because if you're trying to like go to sleep after watching a movie or after scrolling on your phone, your brain isn't in the right spot. Your brain still thinks it's daytime because you didn't, you know what I mean? Like you need to at least like be under no lights for like an hour with no sound to truly like actually get into that deep sleep mode. Oh my god, bro. The live under this is a kid playing brain rot game while the goofy ass song plays. Then under it is play platform game, the 99 Nights in the Forest one, and they keep stopping at 5s. Well, good thing you landed on me because I am fucking better than whatever the fuck you just said. Obviously. Yeah, no. Fuck that. I don't know why the fuck like people go on YouTube and 90% of it is just people playing fucking video games. Like, I don't know why the fuck that happened. I don't know why that's popular. I don't know why watching other people play video games became so popular. I know I used to be a gaming channel, but, like, I just find it, like, actually astonishing that someone will spend their time watching someone else play video games. I mean, I find it astonishing at this point that someone else watches someone play fucking sports. So, like, imagine me fucking watching someone playing video games of some guy playing sports. Picture this. Some guy is watching some guy controlling some guy on a screen that's not even him in a game. Like, that is the most, like epitome of, like, fucking, I don't know, just, like, not living your actual life. Like, why don't you actually be the football player scoring the touchdown in real life? And not be some guy watching some guy watching some guy playing as some guy. Like, the fuck? Like, are you scratching your head with that knife a little bit? Yeah, low-key. It's really manipulative for kids nowadays. Yeah, it is. It is, bro. The internet is like one of the most manipulative places for kids. People don't understand how much the internet actually like affects and shapes kids. And they don't think it's a big deal because oh my gosh, all these kids grew up with the internet and they seem to be fine. Do they? It seems like a lot of their problems, their new problems stem from having access to the internet. A lot of them. So it's just to me, I really think that social media especially, not just the internet, because obviously, the internet's not, but social media can really just basically destroy people's brains, especially if you don't understand what's going on. Like if you're someone that doesn't understand how like dopamine cycles work and how like the social media is literally like designed to keep you watching. That's why people need to watch The Social Dilemma because it'll actually like show you what the fuck their actual plan is to get you addicted. But like, if you're not careful, what you'll end up seeing yourself doing is some shit like fucking, like doing some not like good like what, like looking over your likes, like how many likes did I get, like wait, like did I get another like at this point people make an Instagram post and they literally are physically incapable of not checking Instagram every like minute to see who liked it. That's like a new thing now, that because they grew up off social media, so now it's like it's always been that way, but that dopamine they still want it, they're still addicted to it. And now people are literally physically incapable of posting on Instagram and then like deleting Instagram. Like some people can't do that because the idea that they don't know who saw or liked the post that they just post, it's like they can't handle it. They need to know who liked it, who saw it. Like they just need to know. It's really really bad, and social media did this to people's brains. Cuz you have to understand 50 years ago, like it didn't even like like not only did it not matter, it didn't even exist. Like the idea of that didn't exist. Like the idea of posting a picture and worrying about who liked it or not, that idea didn't exist 50 years ago. Like the closest thing to that was like putting out like painting, or I guess painting pictures or taking pictures and like putting in a newspaper and seeing like what people say about it. But like it that like was the very beginning of that, and that was only with like very like famous celebrities. And we saw how celebrities turned out back in the day. Not fucking great. Now everyone thinks they're a celebrity. How the fuck do you think everyone's gonna turn out? Pretty fucked. I subbed. Hell yeah, thank you. The lives had 20 to 70K views. Yeah, because people are addicted to brain rot. But I don't get jealous of people that have a lot more viewers and subscribers than me when their content is bullshit. Because the reality is, they're not, like, yes, they may have figured out a system that works for them. Yes, maybe they're making more money than me, but they're not helping more people. You know what I mean? They're not actually doing better for the world. And that's going to come back to bite them, because like the more they do it, the more they'll be like, well, like, yeah, I got all these Fortnite subscribers that, but like they like, if I were to tell them to actually like go out and like work out or like change their life, like would they listen? Or like do they only watch me because I'm good at this game, or like I have a lot of other people that watch me as well? Like people are so sheep now that they'll just watch someone because everyone else does. Like they don't even give a fuck. They're like, oh well, everyone else watches him, so like, like there are people like that, bro. It's fucking insane, dude. Um, I might hop in a lot more. Hell yeah. I just completed first season of You. I just can't stop thinking about Joe Goldberg, bruh. Don't even get me started, dude. Great fucking show. Great show. So, so good. The first season is also the best, but also it's still a good show with good seasons. Yeah. Great show though. Just I like one thing I really enjoyed about that show was the fact that they could finally show someone's quick reactions to most humans' responses that most humans don't show but like have. So like when Joe Goldberg, when someone would say some like dumb shit, he'd be like "fuck you," like in his brain, and he would say that right away. But we would hear it because you get to hear his dialogue. It's like one of the only things where the main dialogue is like the actual main thing of the fucking thing, and it's fucking insane, dude, because like it confirms a lot of beliefs or a lot of like things about yourself. You're like, oh, I think that when people say that, or that's how I react when people say that, or like, oh, that's not like this is however, like, what I mean? Like I'm not saying that Joe Goldberg was a rationally thinking guy. He definitely had his weird, shit. But overall, man, like, I just enjoyed, like, the fact that they could actually show someone's inner dialogue, like, in live real time, because, like, it's just, I enjoy that. I enjoy that. It's like a unique show. It's like no other. Because I'm addicted to the truth, and his inner dialogue was technically the full truth because it was in his inner dialogue, and he was a psychopath. So he didn't care about hurting his own emotions or anyone else's to a certain extent. Um, but yeah. What I find interesting is how many people like are attracted to Joe Goldberg, even though he's like a stalker type vibe. But I mean, the funny thing is, like, if you ask like women, if you're watching the show, and you're just watching it with a woman, and you ask her, you think Joe Goldberg's attractive? If they're honest, they will probably say yes. Or at least, yes, there are some parts of him that are attractive. What it is, though, is this intensity. That's what it is. It's that intensity that he gives. You said that earlier. What'd I say? What did I say earlier? Now I need to know. Fuck. My brain hurts. Bro, we need to also get more likes on this stream, bro. We were doing so well, and then we, like, lost, like, the vibes. And I'm starting to sweat, like, in that way that I do, which is not good. I just took a knife and just boom right into that camera. Also, the actor Penn Badgley is insanely attractive to me. Like, his face is somehow super attractive in a different way, that innocent look. He's definitely a mewer. He stays mewing for sure. He's like, I don't even know what, like, but he's definitely something. I gotta go to sleep. Alright. Good night. But he does play that role extremely well. It's pretty late for me. Bye, been nice talking to you. Hell yeah. Like, he played that role very well. Not a lot of people can play a role like that where, you know, first off, just honestly, the show itself. I mean, the amount of times he's in it, like, the motherfucker is doing, like, all the fucking work. Like, when you really think about that show, like, he is literally, like, doing all the work. You know, that's crazy. And what's funny is he always in the interviews likes to talk about how Joe Goldberg is such a bad guy, and how, because he like feels this like need to like not associate himself with the character, as if like people like have said or made like specific comments, or like he's felt like people have treated him like the character himself. So he's made it known, like, I think this guy's a psychopath. I think this guy's a psychopath. I think this guy's crazy. Like, even though a lot of people watch Joe Goldberg and they don't feel like he's that crazy. You know what I mean? Even though, like, he is. But a lot of people don't feel that way. But and that's the thing, is, like, he's like, no. Like, this guy's crazy. This guy's a villain. This guy's a psychopath. He deserves death in jail and all that. So he just needs to make that clear so people don't think that he, like, is defending the character that he's playing. Which I think is so funny, because, like, what? I mean, how dumb did people have to be to call you out for that shit to make you feel like you need to make a statement like that and defend that. Like, your fans must be real fucking sharp tools in the fucking box. Hi, I just joined. Tell me what happened. Not really much, to be honest. Not really much. Please, I have to go. Bye, peace. Also, Joe is meant to be attractive. Wait, Joe is meant to be an attractive person in that show. Otherwise, the show will be a flop. I agree. I agree. For the most part, if he was unattractive in that show, a lot of people would find it, I guess, more like scary and creepy and a little bit repulsive, while other people find it all those things, but he's a little hot, so it makes it more enticing and more mysterious and just more interesting to watch. That's what I think, personally. Like, picture it this way: if Joe Goldberg was some like 300 pound, like, fucking like computer, like Best Buy worker that, had like a neck beard or whatever and like a bunch of acne, like, it would not get the same traction, of women, men, or anybody watching. Like, no one will. And you know what? It might get like different viewers that like different things, but like it wouldn't get all the people, all the women that are obsessed with Joe Goldberg going, "Oh my gosh, I want him to stalk me. Like, I want him to," you know what I mean? Like, if it was that fat guy, no girl would be like, "Oh my gosh, like, I want that fat guy to stalk me." You know what I mean? It's the it's the polarity that's attractive. It's the idea of like doing something so wrong, but it feels so right. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I think draws people in. What happened? So what happened was good. Hi, what up? Please tell me. Nothing happened. Nothing's going on. My Instagram's right here in case someone wants it. Um, bro said he just watched You, which is a great Netflix show. So we're just kind of talking about that. And I just did an hour-long TikTok live stream, so I'm kind of cooked. Like, my brain's kind of cooked a little bit. I was exhausted last night. I didn't know why. I think it was because I streamed a lot, When I stream more, I get more people. When I get more people, man, you know? But also, I be wasting hella time, and I don't realize that sometimes. I need to call myself out for it. Like, sometimes I waste so much time where I'm like, what are you doing? Like, how could you be wasting this much time? But also, you just kind of need to be like, you kind of need to like focus and just kind of have like mental fortitude through it as well. That's another big thing. Um, yeah, haha, yep. I don't know what this chat's saying. But don't forget to like the stream, because like I said, y'all liking the stream is what actually is gonna get it's a pop more. I don't know what those words mean though. Do I have two people that both speak a language that I don't speak talking in this chat right now? I feel like that's what's going on. It's very weird. Bro, you okay? Hell yeah, I'm okay. I just need to charge my phone. Also, the voice of Penn Badgley is just melt me, the narration. Okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Well, his voice, I don't even know what, like, I don't know. His voice is like a typical concerned guy voice. You know what I mean? It's definitely not a stalker voice. Like, yeah, the way he talks, but also one thing about You is the way that they wrote like the dude. You could tell that like part of a woman like wrote some of it. Because you have to understand, like, no dude actually thinks like that. I'm not talking about like the stalker murderous shit. Some dudes actually do. I'm talking about the shit where he like actually like gave a fuck about stupid shit like I don't know. It was like it was some shit like, oh, she's reading this book, which means she probably thinks this way. Like, dudes don't fucking do that. That's weird as shit. Dudes don't fucking, like, that's, like, not normal. Like, just, it wasn't a male way of thinking, like, at all. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean I don't like the show. It was a good show, but, like, I was like, dudes don't, like, unless you're, like, a feminine-ass dude, but, like, dudes don't, like, look at a girl and get this, like, obsessed with them and this obsessed with, like, who they are as a person. That's what I think the biggest thing was, is, like, that's not what, that's like how men fall, or, like, that's how women fall in love with men, is getting to know who they are as a person. Like, that's not how men fall in love. So, it didn't make sense, it didn't really make sense to me, like, that whole part, because it was like, this is not like the normal depiction of, like, a dude, like, and how they think. Like, they don't, like, see a woman and be like, oh my gosh, like, I wonder how she thinks. Like, oh, she's so hot, I wonder how she thinks. Like, no, dudes don't fucking think that. I promise you, they don't think that. So that's what makes me think that his character was half written by a woman. Because it just didn't make sense. It really did not make sense. It was like, what dude out there is going to see some hot fucking girl and go, oh my gosh, I wonder what her opinions are on things. I wonder what she thinks about this. Like, the fuck? Come on, though. I promise you, no rational dude is thinking that. No actual, like, dude is looking at a hot woman and being like, oh my gosh, I want to know her opinions on things so bad. No one. See, but that's the thing, is that a woman could actually do that with a dude. She could look at a hot guy and be like, he's hot. Like, I want to get to know him. I want to get to know his opinions. Like, for dudes, it's different. It's like, she's hot. I want to get her to know me so she sees how awesome I am. So then, like that's the baseline default of the way a dude thinks, okay? And the dude that tries to tell you, no, we're not that shallow, we're not that, okay, they're fucking lying to you, okay? They're lying to you because they are still in their little, way of thinking that they think, being politically correct and morally correct will get them, that's their mating strategy to a certain extent. You know what I mean? They think like they're on your team, so then you'll like give them, what they want. And then when they realize that doesn't happen, then they get, all mad. And that's why women don't like these dudes, because they call them performative nice guys or whatever, and they think, oh, they'll treat you bad anyway. That's why they're like, oh, no, the nice guys suck anyway. That's why you don't do that shit. That's why you never fucking do that shit. You never become performative. You never try to join their side or their team or any of that bullshit ever in a million years. Fuck that shit. You never become like a male or a feminist or like a male ally or some bullshit like that. Like, you never represent yourself as that. That should never be your frame, okay? Because I'm telling you right now, like 99.9% of the time, unless you're like literally gay and like women know that you're gay, they're going to look at you and think that's just your mating strategy, and then you're just trying to get at them in a different way than other people, and they're not going to respect it. They're going to respect it less than the dude that doesn't give a fuck, chews tobacco, is disrespectful. They'll respect that more because, at least he's doing what he wants. You guys have to understand this, like on the rawest, most primal level, like what they actually respect. Like, you have to understand that. So yeah, as a dude, don't do that shit. What are you gonna be for Halloween? Do I look like someone that's gonna fucking celebrate Halloween? Like, seriously, do I look like someone that gives a fuck about Halloween? Or would dress up for Halloween? Like, seriously, please answer this question for me. Like, in what, like, do I look like someone that gets excited to dress up? To dress up. Like, I'm 22 years old. I'm a fucking, I hate to say it. I don't want to, put labels here, but I'm a 22-year-old dude. Why the fuck, in what world am I dressing up to express myself? I fucking hate that shit. I barely even wear t-shirts to express myself. Why the fuck am I going to wear a whole ass costume? Like, I've always been against the idea of, like, wearing clothes to express yourself. I thought it was all bullshit. I thought the whole being into fashion as a dude was bullshit. I thought that was all stupid. I always hated all of it. And I always thought it was dumb. Like, just get jacked, okay? Then you can wear a plain black tee and people will think you have great style. Like, fuck all the other bullshit. But, like, I don't like candy. I don't eat unhealthy food ever, right? So that is unappealing to me. I don't like the idea of people, like, also that whole idea in Halloween, like, oh, like, you know, when you dress up as that character, you can like be that character for that night. Like you can kind of like be someone else for a night. Like you can kind of like go off and like be your like be like a little bit of an edge, or like, you know, kind of be a little different because you're like, that's the stupidest fucking thing to me. Like, what do you mean you need a fucking costume to act different? Just fucking act different. If you want to act a specific way, then fucking act that way. Stop fucking, you don't need a costume to then be that way. I notice a lot of people do this, especially women on Halloween, is they'll be like, oh, well, it's Halloween, so I can dress like a slut and act like a slut and be a slut. You know why? Because, well, it's Halloween. That's all I notice is that. And so think about it this way. I'm repulsed by candy. I'm repulsed by dressing up to express yourself and women being whores. In what world, like, am I liking Halloween? Like, in what way? I'm sorry. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, no offense, though. Obviously. I'm asking, what, like, how would it be appealing to me if I don't like any of those things? You know? Oh, okay. Yo, I used to be here, man. Hell yeah. Yeah. Nah, dude. But think about it. Like, as a kid, like, maybe as a, like, a little kid, because, like, I ate candy as, like, a little kid. But, like, once I had, like, 11, 12, it's like, who gives a fuck? And then, you know, as you become, you know, high school, college, you realize that Halloween is basically just parties. That's all it is, okay? It's like, so then it's like, okay, well, what kind of parties? Well, parties where you get to express yourself, be different. Here's what I notice about Halloween. That's when people, especially women, feel like they can do things that they would not normally do, right? They feel a little, you know, impulsive, you know, a little bit more like I could do what I want. And I promise you, I've been going to college now for my 4th year in college. I've had 3 college Halloween experiences. I'm here to tell you that women on Halloween are different. They act different. They act way more open to, you know, being you know, in that realm. And I think the reason is literally because they always feel this way, but they hide it, they suppress it, and then this holiday gives them an excuse to, you know, act on their impulses, which is never good for anyone to do. And then, you know, they end up regretting it as adult, obviously. That always happens. But yeah, no, and it's just a shitty situation. You know, it's just gross because it's not who they are. And as a dude, when you're out and about like me and constantly putting yourself in those situations and you see it firsthand, you're like, holy fuck, like, this is insane. Like, I'm almost uncomfortable with this, you know? That's when you really like are like, okay, like, this is something different. This is some shit that, you know, you need to understand and take into account. And I'll tell you one thing about my future partner or whoever, anyone that I actually would ever, you know, have any type of anything with, like, I don't want to use the word commitment, but like any long term, they low-key have to hate Halloween. I'm not gonna lie. They like Halloween, if they like dressing up, if they like, ugh, not a fan. Not a fan of them liking Halloween. Now, again, like, it's for what reasons? You know, if you're someone that likes Halloween because you like giving kids candy, that's actually attractive. You know, because you're just trying to take care of kids. When you like Halloween because you like dressing up to go to parties, then it's unattractive because you are an attention person and you're looking for any excuse to get as much attention as possible. There's literally nothing like you can do about those things. Like, my brain thinking that. One of the funniest things is when people try to like tell me that the way that my brain thinks, or like my standards, or the way that my brain is attracted to things is wrong. That I've never understood, because to a certain extent, you're basically saying something that's almost like a biological thing. It's like, I'm more attracted to a girl that's, you know, a little bit softer and sweeter, maybe a little bit weaker. And that's like, oh, that's a weird standard. Like, that's weird. Like, that shows that you're insecure or whatever. It's like, I don't think that's true. Like, first off, every human's insecure. Anybody that calls out anyone for being insecure is also insecure. But let's break it down for a second. if women are attracted to strength, which is completely okay, biologically attracted to strength, would it not make sense that men are attracted to weak women? Would that not make sense on a polar opposites, primal, raw level? Just truth. So, why, when they say, oh, I want a strong guy, it's not being insecure? Even though, to a certain extent, it is because you're insecure that you're not safe as a woman, so you want a strong man to protect you, which is technically insecurity, which is fine, by the way. Every human's insecure. But for a dude to want a weaker woman, that's considered insecure because he wants to feel strong, but really it's just an attraction thing. But maybe his attraction is him feeling strong. Is that insecurity or is that attraction? Like, that's what I never understood. So, like, I've been told, or I've just seen that people with my standards being told that their standards are insecure, and I'm just like, well, let's back that up. Let's back it all up and let's look at it all from a different lens, okay? So, what is insecurity and who are people that are insecure? Okay? So, you doing that thing, is that insecure? Yes or no? Yes? Okay, cool. Or is it not? Okay, cool. I need to break that down first because if we don't even understand the definition of insecurity, then we can't go further. But it's the funniest thing is when a woman will call a dude insecure and the dude will be like, "Oh, well, you're insecure too." Like, nah, you don't understand. They're allowed to be insecure. You know why? Because that is your advantage, okay? They are allowed to be insecure and they're allowed to, not realize how hypocritical they sound when they call you out for your insecurities. Because you have to understand something. Every single woman is insecure. Done. That's a fact. As a man, plant that in your fucking brain right now. Every single fucking woman on earth is insecure. I believe every human on earth is insecure, but some people are just so some dudes are so low IQ, they literally can't even figure it out because they're just so you know what I mean, either like a construction worker or some shit like that where it's different. But for the most part, every single woman is insecure unless they're have some sort of mental disability, then they're insecure. This is how it is. It's just there's no way. And plant that in your brain right now as a dude, because if you don't, then you're gonna have this weird idea that you're gonna think that they're not insecure, and then when they call you out for being insecure, you're gonna feel like they have some sort of power over you, which is so not true at all. You have all the power in the world. You just need to know how to use it the right way. Your power is not getting insecure because she gets insecure, and she knows that. Maybe in the back of her head, maybe she doesn't realize it, but she is attracted to you not getting insecure because it's polar opposite to her. As simple as that. Also, Joe gives a lot of emotional roller coaster, which keeps a lot of women attached even in real life. That's why they crush over Joe. Yeah, I agree. The emotional, yeah, well, that's that. Hey, I will tell you, man, one thing, if you want to keep, a woman attached, one good strategy is just give her an emotional roller coaster. As simple as that. Now, the prerequisites is she has to already be attracted to you. Okay, if she's not attracted to you, then it's not going to work. If she's attracted to you, and you give her that, it'll work. But she has to be attracted to you. That you need that prerequisite. There needs to be initial interest there. If there's none, then it's not going to work. That's why I hate the idea of say this to any girl and you can get any girl, or say this and you'll get any girl you want. The whole you can get any girl you want isn't really a reality for dudes. The truth is no matter how attractive you get yourself, there will be a good percentage of women that will not find you attractive because everyone has a type, okay? And women are way more specific with their type to a certain extent. So there'll be two friends that'll see two great looking guys, and one friend will be like, I think that guy's really good looking, the girl will be like, what? Because the way attraction kind of works for them sometimes is one or the other. It's oh, these men are so gross, they're just bums on the earth, or oh my god, that's the most attractive man I've ever seen. Do you guys not notice that in female language? They never describe a dude as yeah, he's okay. That's usually not, sometimes obviously, but for the most part they're oh, he's disgusting looking, or oh my gosh, he's so amazing, he's so hot. It's usually one or the other. And the reason is because that's emotion. That is all emotion. That's the emotion saying, "Oh my gosh, I really really think this person's really good looking," and also the emotion saying, "No, I really don't think this person is good looking." So because of that, it's like a more of an emotional thing. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. So you have to kind of pick up on that to a certain extent. That it's like you can really be from like one category to the other within a second with them. Like that's the reality. Is one woman can literally look at you and think that you are gross and ugly as fuck, and another woman can look at you and think I want to eat him up all fucking day. And that's more realistic than the dude being like thinking that, no girls want him or every girl wants him. Like a dude that thinks that every girl is attracted to him, it literally shows that he's low IQ and doesn't really get girls, because if you do, then you understand that it's literally impossible for every girl to be attracted to you, because there's specific things that girls like that other girls just don't like. So it's just impossible for you to attract every single girl, because some girls are going to find that attractive and some girls are not going to find that attractive. They're going to find the opposite of that attractive. Now, I do believe girls are all turned off by the same things, but I believe that they can be turned off by or turned on by multiple different things. Like I think there's so many different ways to turn on a girl, and there's also many different ways to turn off a girl, but it's all the same for many different girls. Well, to turn on a girl could be different to a certain extent. There's also obviously the same rules, like, strength, emotional, intelligence, all that different stuff. But I feel like it's way more like the same shit that turns off girls, and it's way more like variety of things that turn on girls. Like you could be a guitar player that could turn her on. Like you could be, athlete. You could be super funny. You could be, interesting. You could be super emotionally intelligent. All this different shit, and that could all be attraction triggers to turn a girl on. But all the things that turn a girl off, like again, weakness, emotional reactivity, indecisiveness, but it's all like the same. Like all three of those things, all of those women will find unattractive. While, only specific women will find the guitar guy attractive, or the fact that he's an athlete attractive. You know what I mean? Like those are way more like spread out. Well, like the things that turn them off are way more not spread out, like the same exact thing. So just understand what turns them off and don't do those things. And I will also recommend this. And obviously it helps a lot more when you can get yourself as physically attractive as possible. But it's to talk less. Literally, if she already likes you, then there's no reason for you to be talking that much. Like me talking right now, you don't need to do this when you're with a girl. You don't. You don't need to be talking fast. You don't need to be yapping. You don't need to be over-explaining shit. The reality is she needs to be doing most of the talking. You need to be doing most of the listening, and also challenging her to a certain extent. Now, not challenging her in that bullshit, flirty, stupid way that dudes like to do, where they're like, oh yeah, like nah, like you ain't like that, like that's bullshit. That's stupid flirting. I want you to actually intellectually challenge her. Like when she says something like, "Oh well, I want to get muscles, but I don't want to do all that." I was like, "Well, you just said you wanted to get muscles, but you're saying that you're not willing to actually do the work to put it in." Like, and it's like, whoa, like I never had a dude like call me out like this. Like maybe in a flirty way, but that's performative. Okay, they see that shit and they kind of get repulsed by it 'cause it's kind of fake. It's just like, oh, he's just being flirty again. But when you actually call them out on some intellectual shit, like you're actually trying to get to know where their brain's at, they're like, whoa, the fuck. This person, and then they're gonna say how awesome the conversation is with you. Oh my gosh, our conversation is so stimulating. He's so smart. He's so intelligent. And really, the entire time, I'm just challenging what the fuck she's saying. I'm a girl, and I like people that talk. Oh no, I hate talking, but I like hearing people talk. I'm back. Yeah. So, like I said, for the most part, my recommendation is really for dudes that are, more in trying to attract women position, not necessarily just making friends in general. And the truth is, women do love when men talk, but they love men that when they talk when they haven't talked for a really long time. You know what I mean? The reality is, like a dude that yaps all day, the woman isn't going to be excited to hear him say his 10,000th sentence or statement. She just doesn't give a fuck. She's over it at this point. While the dude that hasn't said a word but has made the tension very high, and she's like, what is he going to say next? Like, I don't know what he's thinking. That dude, you know what I mean? He's keeping them interested. So it's a whole different kind of vibe when you're not talking as much. Women will actually be like, oh my gosh, I love when you talk. When you don't talk as much. And you talk less. You give yourself less of an opportunity. The less you talk, the more you help yourself and not giving yourself an opportunity for her to test you or to give her the ick. Like, the more you talk, the more you're giving yourself a chance to possibly say the wrong thing, give her the ick, or have her test you. You know what I mean? So it's sometimes just best to not talk. Like, and I'm being so serious. Like, you guys think I'm fucking joking, but I'm being serious. Like, when you already have the girl attracted to you, I'm saying the prerequisite, she already needs to be attracted to you. She already needs to be interested in you. She already needs to be, like, on a date with you, basically, or a hangout with you. Okay, where she's already initially attracted. Because I'm not saying don't talk if she doesn't even fucking know who you are. She's never gonna meet you. I'm talking about when she already knows you, she already likes you, she already knows your personality. Now it's different, okay? Now you don't need to over-explain shit, okay? So that's what I'm saying, is that you really don't want to talk much, because, like, the more you talk, the more you're going to fuck it up. Like, it's just the reality of the situation. Like, I'm being so serious. This is where a lot of dudes fuck up, is they just yap their fucking ass off because they're so worried about awkward silences. And that's the biggest thing, is they transition because they used to be a nervous person. They used to be a nervous guy that didn't talk to girls at all. And then they started talking to girls and they realized, oh, that's the trick. You just have to, be confident and just talk to them and they'll talk back to you. But then when they come to realize, it's like, wait a second, but none of these girls are attracted to me. Yeah, they'll talk to me, but they're not attracted to me. Like, I'm not actually getting the results I want, like feminine obsession. And then you realize something, that you need both components. You need the ability to have a conversation with them, not be a pussy, be, courageous and talk to them, but you also need the ability to not over-explain yourself, not say too many words, not say too much shit, okay? Because the more you say, the more you're giving yourself an opportunity for her to test you or get the ick or just be turned off because you said too many words, okay? The true. That's only with spoiled brats are the popular girls. I'm one of those ugly girls. Well, I can agree that my advice for dudes when attracting women is definitely more geared towards women that I guess consider themselves better looking. Obviously, attraction is objective. Everyone looks, whatever. Everyone has different standards of who the fuck, But my thing is, the way I do it, the way I see it, since I'm only going for women that I'm actually attracted to, and unfortunately, a lot of those women that I'm attracted to also think they are attractive, which they are, which means when they're attractive, they're also probably the good chance, not always, but a good chance that they're going to be a spoiled brat. And in that case, am I going to just, stop talking to them because they're a spoiled brat and talk to someone that doesn't look as good as them? Or am I going to learn how to get that same obsession from that spoiled brat? And instead of trying to go for someone that I don't find attractive, but they're not going to be a spoiled brat. Like, to me, unfortunately, what's more important is who I find attractive rather than, you know, their who they actually are as a person right now, okay? When I get married, I don't know what the fuck. I don't know how my standards will change. But I don't give a fuck about getting married right now. So I don't give a fuck about or even having a long-term relationship right now. So if that's the case, the only thing I really should care about is how attractive they are, right? Wouldn't that make sense? Because I'm not looking for anything long term right now? Or would I still be wrong for that? And if I'm giving out advice to dudes that also think like me, would I not give them that same advice of that because they also have the same opinion that they're not looking for a long term relationship, so they only care about being attractive at that point? Yeah, I mean, you gotta question it at least, Fuck, I'm getting so hot and tired and sweaty. It sucks. Alright, am I gonna end the stream here? I probably am. There's just no one hopping in. My phone's probably gonna die soon. It's at 2%. Alright, I'm gonna head out. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Don't quit. Peace.